This is Optimal Living Daily, episode 2010, How to Boost Your Confidence by Burgan of ifitbringsyoujoy.com. And I'm Justin Malik, your very own personal narrator. I read to you every single day of the year so that you don't have to go find blogs or articles yourself. I find the best authors online that I can find, get their permission, and simply read them to you for free. And with that, let's get right to our next post and continue optimizing your life. How to Boost Your Confidence by Burgan of ifitbringsyoujoy.com. Celebrating accomplishments of friends and family often comes so easily. It rolls right off our tongue to say, "You did it," when someone graduates, gets a new job, or has the courage to take a step they've been working on. But when was the last time you stopped and celebrated something you did? When you accomplished something big or small, did you stop and take time to acknowledge yourself? It only takes a moment. Yet noticing even the smallest step forward has a huge impact on your self-confidence. Acknowledgements are a core fearless living tool that you can use in your journey of personal growth. As a fearless living program candidate in their life coaching certification program, I encourage all my clients to make a habit of acknowledging themselves regularly. What does it mean to acknowledge yourself? Acknowledging yourself is sort of like giving yourself a pat on the back. It's taking just a moment to stop and consciously recognize yourself for taking any step outside of your comfort zone. It doesn't matter if that step was done well or not. The point is, you acknowledge that you're good enough as you are right now. It also doesn't matter how big the step is out of your comfort zone. Even a thought is a step outside of your comfort zone that deserves to be acknowledged. If you think about working out but didn't actually get on your treadmill, you still had that thought, and it's something to be acknowledged. As you gain confidence, you'll actually work out. If you never even think about it, it's highly unlikely to ever happen. There's no room for negativity in acknowledgements. Keep everything positive. Does failure deserve to be acknowledged? Absolutely. Likely that required a big step outside of your comfort zone. Did it take courage? Did you dip your toe in the water? Perfection and failure are equally important as far as being worthy of acknowledging. Some examples of acknowledgements are, today I acknowledge myself for stopping when I caught myself complaining. Today I acknowledge myself for taking my dogs for a long walk. Today I acknowledge myself for having the courage to ask for a raise. Today I acknowledge myself for thinking about how I can get a better job. Today I acknowledge myself for feeling good about my food choices. At first, acknowledging yourself will seem mechanical, but with practice, it becomes more natural. It may be difficult to get in the habit because fear doesn't want you to recognize your steps outside of your comfort zone. Stick with it. Acknowledging yourself is an act of self-love. What is something you've noticed about yourself that deserves some self-acknowledgement? Why are acknowledgements so important? Are you the type of person who tends to beat yourself up? Do you have a lot of negative self-talk going on, either as an internal dialogue or speaking out loud? I know I especially tend to beat myself up when I'm learning something new. When it takes more time than I think it should, that inner critic in me starts squawking. Acknowledgements are your ticket to get out of that nasty habit of beating yourself up that can hold you back from being your best self. Acknowledging yourself every day will help silence that negative self-talk because you'll train your brain to recognize your forward movement. You'll begin to accept yourself as is. Bottom line is that through a solid habit of acknowledging yourself every single day, you'll build your self-confidence and self-acceptance. Quote, invest in the life you have to get the life you want. Rhonda Britton, founder of the Fearless Living Institute. Would acknowledgements help you invest in your life? Would acknowledgements help you get the life you want? How many acknowledgements are too many? That was a trick question because you can never acknowledge yourself too much. Last December, I took a challenge by Rhonda Britton to write 100 acknowledgements. At first, it seemed daunting. I persevered and got my 100, and it felt awesome. I gained a real awareness that I have a lot going well for myself. I also keep a journal and write 5 gratitudes and 5 acknowledgements each evening. Writing your acknowledgements help you relive the situation, and that repetition helps train your brain to look for forward movement. Write in the morning, evening, or throughout the day, whatever fits your lifestyle. Download my free positivity journal page to write 3 positives, gratitudes that happened in your day. If writing isn't your thing, or if you drop from exhaustion at the end of the day, find little snippets of time throughout the day to acknowledge yourself. Actually, make it your goal to acknowledge yourself in the very moments that you take forward steps, and then reinforce the acknowledgement by writing it down. How would your life shift if you made it a habit to acknowledge yourself throughout each and every day? Empower yourself. There's nobody else in this world who is more important to acknowledge than yourself. It's one of the best ways you can empower yourself and support yourself through changes, taking risks, that will get you the life you want. Take time every day to acknowledge how amazing you are. You'll inspire and motivate yourself. Taking risks is another important part in building your confidence. Each time you take a risk, your confidence will grow even more. Keep acknowledging and risking, and you'll empower yourself to make choices from freedom, not fear. What are you proud of about yourself? This is not vanity or being selfish. It's something you deserve. You just listened to the post titled, How to Boost Your Confidence by Ellen Burgan of ifitbringsyoujoi.com. And that should do it for the Saturday edition of Optimal Living Daily. Thank you for listening every day. Have a great weekend if you're listening in real time, and I'll see you tomorrow as usual, where your optimal life awaits.